One of the greatest things about Boston, and the Back Bay in particular, is that it's really a town that thinks it's a city, and on no day is that more apparent than during the Boston Marathon, when the whole city and several others, the near suburbs, come downtown to the Back Bay and all try to get a glimpse at this moment, the finish line of the Boston Marathon. We're here at number 70 Beacon Street. This is one of the first buildings ever put to land in the Back Bay. And you can see the windows, a very purple tint. This comes from a certain type of glass that at one point back in the 1800s was being imported, I believe, from India. After exposure to sunlight for a long time, this glass would turn purple. And instead of defective, which is what it was, it became very fashionable. And so all the Brahmin houses of the Back Bay had to have their purple tinted windows. Built in the early 70s, we're standing at the foot of the Hancock Tower, one of the most distinctive buildings in all of the city. Designed by I.M. Pei, it is entirely reflective of the neighborhood around it. Unfortunately, the designers didn't take into account the high winds in the area. Boston's actually windier than Chicago. Soon after construction, huge panes of glass, much bigger than me, started popping out of the side of the building and descending, obviously, to the street below. It was a tense time in Boston. They've since fixed the problem, though. Well, here we are on Newbury Street, store for store, as I've been told, the most expensive retail street in the country, beating out Rodeo Drive only because it's one way. When I first came to town, there were all kinds of used bookstores, used record stores. A lot of those have gone by the wayside. There's also certainly a lot of high-end boutiques, salons, art galleries, and the like. Many of them still remain, but even some of those have been forced to leave due to the exorbitant rent rates on Newbury Street.
The atmosphere in this street, it's very warm. So even if you don't want to spend any money, then somehow you do, because it's really good stores, and the people are very warm. So that's what I would say, yeah, you have to go. And if you go, don't miss Newbury Street.
People from out of state know Newbury Street in that area. So us being here right out, we're just a stone throw away. We're off the beaten path a little, but we're not that much. We're a record store dedicated to underground LPs, singles, mainly electronic music, but we do touch bass in any other urban form. We're almost like a word-of-mouth kind of store, like a mom and pop. One day I wish I could live in a penthouse in this neighborhood, or at least afford one. It's a nice neighborhood.
For color, hair, nails, to me, it's the best. And it's a great salon. It's like something you do it for yourself, and you feel good because it's just like you're doing it, and it's a time for you. And when you look back and you look at your hands, it's like, it's a difference. If you don't have your nails done and you're having a bad day, trust me, it's not a good thing.
I like the Match, which used to be the Blue Cat Cafe, a nice plush place, clean, and their espresso martinis are bomb. Trident, bookstore, get breakfast, great place. Other Side Cafe, service isn't all that great, but if you're in there for a beer or just a sandwich, it's golden.
I like to go to the Ritz-Carlton, which is a good place to go. Very good environment. To Jers, also I've been there. It's really nice. Capital Grill. Louis, for example, it's a great store. And the restaurant is great. I don't know if you've ever been there.
Hey there, buddy. We are on the shores of the Charles River, which was once one of the most polluted rivers in the world. After years of environmental work, this is perfectly swimmable, though residents are not very anxious to tread in there just quite yet. In the summertime, this is a haven for runners or rollerbladers, bikers. It's a fabulous, almost resort within the city.